problem is he's basically like, you know, too far over here now, so I still have to sort of keep pulling him this way, away from like the edge of this stuff. If I find I'm actually damaging this mouth over here. Oh, I've frozen for a moment. Honestly, I'm in a bad position here. I really should be, like, you know, heading off the heel until, like, you know, my cooldowns are basically off, so. We'll get this back in a moment. We'll just risk it. That's what I want this to happen. Just gotta move over more, so that's done. There we go. Ah, crap, I put that already on me. Kill that. Did I miss? That'd be annoying. I'm gonna try heading over here again. stay right here. Oh, that hurt. Wherever I go, basically, there's gonna be like, you know, one of these boss pieces to like deal with. That's the only problem here. So. Am I making progress? I can't really tell. Probably not. Oh, he brought me over here again. I was gonna try and move the mouth basically up here a little bit more. Will be my next, like, you know, bet. Oh, that hit. That's nice. Perfect. He went up there. Supernova me again, but whatever. I think I'm hitting him again at least, so that's good. Down back below 50% health. I know these guys basically popped out. I wish those healing numbers were my damage numbers, but whatever. At least I'm hitting him again. Oh, you don't get away. Let's just drop that right there. He's up here now, so I'll just fight him up over in this direction, I think. Set this right here. Let's do this. It sucks when I miss having to wait for stuff to come off cooldown, like that Burning Hex just put on me or something like that, so... Or that gets put on me. Oozing Tentacle right here. There we go, killed it. Let's do this. Good at missed. That's annoying. I stepped out on purpose in case he dropped Curse of Death on me again, by the way, so... Just for some strategy. It's basically trying to manage to get, like, the right debuffs basically on at the right time to, like, you know, attack this guy. Of course, now I've got talent failure for this stupid thing. There's no bonus shield at least. I can hurt him. Nope, use abduction there, I guess. I failed my talent too, by the way, so that happened. %. And he's blinking now, because why not? I'll note this, like, you know, kind of metallations, but it's like, you know, what's really killing me the most from this guy? Oh no, he's gonna randomly teleport me every turn. Oh, that'll be fun. I can get rid of that if I want to, by the way, but you know. Guess I should. Let's kill that off. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right up there. Interesting. Kill that off. I'm okay to fight him here, so... Just heal up here a little bit. Hopefully the mouth doesn't pull me from here, but we'll see. I think I'm knocked off all his defenses. It kind of sucks, but the best place to sort of fight this guy is right up in his face, because that's when, like, you know, I can guarantee myself going to hit him. Put this on. Just drop this here. Get this going. Get a heal. Give you this right back if I can. Through that stuff. Well, I keep getting him down his health a little bit, but you know, the hard part is basically keeping it down at this point. And like getting my ammo basically up enough to help it out. Oh, you don't get away. Is that happening again? You don't get away. Just gonna defensively put that down. Let's go here. There's nice when he's over here, but you know, issues. Oh, he is going down slowly. Let's just teleport here. You're there now. Got supernova again. You'd be getting too far away. Huh, only 38% increase this time. Oh, he's supernova to me again. You know, judging where he is... Oh, I can't do it because this guy's too close, I guess. Oh well. I was going to basically dig a path over here. But I guess he won't let me do that, so whatever. Wow, that hurts. Yeah, I thought I was too far away from this guy. Unfortunately. First time we're really using a healing font to sort of heal up. On purpose. Perfect, you're right here. If I can burn through his stuff, start doing some damage to him again. That right there. Sucks when it gets knocked back that far, but oh well. There's the mouth. Hey, I stunned him for once. That'll be helpful. That's not helpful. Let's get rid of that. And of course this guy's teleporting closer and closer. Now one of the guys should teleport him basically in here somewhere. Out of the way. Oh. Fight this. Oh, we teleport up here a little bit further. I guess that's what I want. But I guess they destroyed a train away, so... Prospect success? There's some damage to him. More damage to him. I'm going to actually turn his, this back on. See if it helps. I'm basically right next to him, right? So... I'm on a half health again. You know, so I can make him, like, get confused and start attacking our people, but I don't think that's going to happen, so... Let's keep beating him up. Oh, he came over here. Let's just set that right there. I don't know if this all takes different turns basically to use, by the way, this stuff here, so... It's a question, what's worth using when? Oh, my mirror's offline. My confusion's starting to kick in. That's good enough. Do that stuff again. Kill him off. Wrong one there. Meant to use the stunning shot, but whatever. Yeah, I might want to use this at some point. It's supposed to increase your healing factor, but you know, I haven't really been using it because I'm like, you know, not really sure it's beneficial really here. Oh, you're blinking again like an idiot. For that. Over here now. Nope, there's supernova. There he is. Well, he stopped blinking. For a moment there, I thought I might have just died, but nope, didn't die. Lucky. Oh, I missed there. Good, kill that before it dropped anything down. Let's do this stuff. There's not a whole lot basically to say at this point, other than like, you know, is he dead yet? I realize he's still healing up quite badly, but you know, I think I'm wearing him down. Oh, we got him out to a third of his life for once. Luckily, he doesn't get any stronger past going, like, you know, below a third of his health again. You're here, of course. Just gonna step here for a moment. Get rid of that. Down to almost a fifth of his life. Well, it is below a fifth of his life. And he's stunned. Or he was stunned. Alright, well, I feel like my orc has been avenged. I managed to actually beat the Sher'Tul High Priest with the Psyshot character. Now I don't know if this guy's like, you know, just like a really bad matchup, the Psyshot versus the Sher'Tul High Priest, but it really does show that, like, you know, this guy's like this, like, you know, a chore to kill because he's just like so beefy and at the same time he's got all these god pieces to worry about. But whatever, let's just see what happens. So, the dead god awaits. Done. Well done! You have won the Tales of Maj'Eyal Embers of Rage. You have thwarted the Steam Giant's genocidal plans and avenged those killed in the attacks on Kruk Pride. Their desperate pact with the High Priest did nothing to stop you. The priest and his god lay dead at your feet, and you've ensured that they will stay dead for the foreseeable future. The humans and elves and halflings will not be able to hurt your people again. By destroying the fire portal and denying King Tolk's army in its glorious battle, you have ensured the safety of your people from the Allied Kingdoms. And by storming the gates of mourning, you've eliminated the last bearers of the West's hateful aggression in Maj'Eyal. For now, peace reigns. You know that this will not last forever. You may have repelled its vanguard, but Karab's dominion buys its time, waiting for a weakness it can exploit. The smuggler's portals from Maj'Eyal remain undiscovered, and while neither you nor King Tolk have any remaining desire to take out Yar's continent, the fear of invasion will linger in the backs of your minds. The messages of the Lost City give you cause to remain ever vigilant for the threats they warned of, including their offers, and you wonder what your people will do now that the struggle to escape eradication, one that has defined them for the entire recorded history, has ceased to be concerned. Regardless, you have just killed a god and gave your people the first chance to relax in thousands of years. It's been a pretty good day. You may continue playing and enjoy the rest of the world. Your souls may want to speak with you outside, so... The dead god rests. Nightmare adventure difficulty. You defeat the Sher'Tul Priest, trying to resurrect Amakthel, saving both the prize and the world. See, I note that the god pieces basically like, go back into slumbering. No longer a concern to me. Alright, so, Gardenian, the Light of God. When Amakthel arrived, he created a sun and brought life to the world. You carry a piece of his sun with you now. Do not forget who gave it to you, lest you become like those wretched fools who would forsake him. I have no idea where that basically is, so let's just go find it. So this is basically an amulet. It basically gives you, allows you to speak and read the old Sher'Tul language. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure where you can basically see this, but okay. Alright, well, we're done, so let's just like escape here with the Rod of Recall. Alright, so several loyal orcs are eagerly waiting outside the palace to meet you. One steps forward, handing you a set of keys. The word Destructicus is etched into one. Chief Davian Mental Freeze, the giants are fleeing, and we intercepted a scout carrying this. We believe they can be used with... well, you could see for yourself. Please come with us to the mountains, just south of Kruk Pride. This sounds important. You should probably head there right away. Lead away. Alright, so... Destructicus! Destructicus, impolite penetrative disguise, stands before you. And as much as it pains you to admit it, Kaltor's advertisement wasn't flattering enough. This may be the most unreasonably lethal device you've ever seen. The sunlight gleaming off its vortum body seems dull compared to the intense glowing mass of unstable ruins on its tip. Its surface has the ornate grooves of metal that has been silently reforged through hours of migraine-inducing concentration. The bayonet mounted on the launching tube just seems like gloating. This particular model appears to be equipped with an enclosed fireproof booth around its control panel and a built-in tea dispenser in said booth, which your fellow orcs have already taken the liberty of filling with looted dwarven ale. It is truly a thing of beauty. You enter the booth, sit down, and insert the key. The Starticus, impolite penetrator of the sky, whirs to life. Its base slightly rotating underneath you. A strange, beaded panel slides in front of you, pins pushing out and pulling back by magnetic force to display the outline of an airship. And a teeny speck. And the words, aerial targets found. 2. Obtaining Shrine Lock. Obtain. The beaded panel is suddenly a wash of colors, showing the colossal interior of the airship. Steam giant families huddle and weep, sorting through the few belongings they could take with them when they're fleeing. A guard sits on a pile of luggage and storage crates, head in her hands. The view pans around to the cabin, and you see a few crew members hurrying between the captain's quarters and the engine room, pausing to take worried glances out the window at you. This airship appears to be evacuating what's left of the Atmos tribe. With the press of the single button, you could eradicate the steam giant species forever. You press a button labeled Select Next Target, and a panel shifts to show a very lost and very confused fire imp, flying in the air near nothing of importance. Firing on it would have little effect whatsoever, aside from showing off the Strux's power in the most harmless way possible. Alright, so I've actually done this before, but I never shot down the airship, so let's get a little bit genocidal, shall we? Are you sure you want to eradicate the steam giants? Shoot down the airship. The steam giants are too great a threat to allow to escape. You will not have them simply return someday to finish what they attempted and wipe out your pride. You press the previous target button and fire on the airship. There is a great roar and a flash of flame. You see its missile flying away from you through the window. As you see it racing towards your view and the terrified passengers on the scrying panel, it reaches its mark and the panel goes dark as a tremendous multicolored blast fills your vision through the window. The steam giants are no more. The secondary charges from the warhead detonate as brilliant debris falls into the sea, and the ongoing display serves as a signal to all the orcs of Maj'Eyal and anyone else who may be watching. This is the fate of all who would try to eradicate the orcs. The previous millennia of oppression, genocide, and bullying are over. Your people will never be pushed around like this again. A nagging thought in the back of your head insists that you know how the Sun Paladins felt, how King Toro felt, how the Halflings felt, how everyone that has always committed such atrocities against the orcs felt. It can keep wanting all it wants. Your people are finally safe. To the bitter end, Nightmare Adventure differently. You have destroyed the last remnants of the Atmos tribe, ending their civilization. Well, you know, that's not exactly like true, I guess, but at the same time, if there's basically ever going to be like, you know, in our campaign, they could just go to these like, you know, giants here and be like, you know, they can be like, you know, Kaltor's tribe. Kaltor is busy packing some of his goods away in crates. He hands one to the worker, carrying it out the back door, before turning to you. Make it quick, Davy Mentalfreeze. Not to be rude, but there's a private airship out there with my name on it. And I'd rather have a bird's eye view of what you're about to do than a front row seat. Well, you know what you really should say right here? It should be to say, I've already annihilated your people. Make like a deal or something with them. You know, this is actually something I think, like, you know, could be like a good little, like, you know, side step here. Since Kaltor is basically still alive at the end of his chapter, you could actually try and make peace with him, and actually, like, you know, recommend he actually stays here. He's a reasonable giant after all, so, like, you know, maybe the reason why he wants to stay. Alright, well, it doesn't really show anything new in here, so whatever. I'm not going to kill him this time, by the way. We're just going to leave him alone. I've already genocide like the other, like, you know, Steam Giants. I'm not going to care about him. Alright, well. I'm quite glad I had all those lives basically left at, you know, the end of the game. Alright, I doubt there's anything of importance here, so... I'll note that I am actually going to be playing like a little bit more basic past this, because there is actually something still to show off. And of course, these guys are still here, but you know, whatever. Basically, up here we have like the the strange temple of destruction, and I figure like I'll want to basically come in here to basically show it off. So yeah. Oh no. Oh no. So I'll note that basically the first time I did this, there was actually like a special character, but it looks like if I actually make it through the end of this, I'm actually gonna be playing my riffing one. That'll be fun. Note that I basically always replace like David Maurice with like everything else, so I'm always gonna basically say when I get to like the riffing one, if he's gonna be like a Reaver or something like that, or what's gonna happen. All right, well, I basically want to basically do this at the end here, like next episode, but we've already basically played enough here. I can only imagine like this like gonna be like a few more episodes, because like it took that long to basically beat the Sher'Tul High Priest. Yeah, literally it took that long. Tack on like the half hour I basically spent basically after basically got to the guys. The other hour I basically spent like battling him after that. I think I spent like 4 hours just battling the High Priest just to bring him down. So I'm probably gonna have to basically combine all these episodes into like one day, just like not wasting your time, but whatever. Alright, well, that's basically it for now. Hope you guys enjoy it and take care.